Have you ever noticed these drawings on the barrels of German tanks? Well, during the Second World War, German tanks and anti-tank guns would destroy thousands of Allied fighting vehicles. The crew would work incredibly hard to score each hit on these enemy targets, and this is where these white markings come into play. In today's video, we look at kill rings, the drawings on German gun barrels during World War II. If you enjoy this video and want to see more, hit that subscribe button. It's free and really helps the channel reach more history lovers like you. Keeping track of the number of enemies defeated wasn't new to the Second World War, but it certainly expanded into new areas. Traditionally, aircraft would feature enemy symbols to denote the amount of opposition defeated, but in World War II it wasn't just aircraft. German tank crews and other fighting vehicles began recording their defeated enemy numbers with a painted mark. Known as kill rings or victory marks, they were usually painted on the barrel of the weapon which defeated the enemy target. For example, on this Stug, you can see the white painted rings which wrap all the way around the barrel. But what was the point of this? Well, firstly, the German crews were incredibly proud of their achievements, and having the ability to showcase how well they were performing to the other crews gave them a sense of pride. Commanders were certainly in favour of this practice, as it had a positive effect in two areas. One, it would help raise the morale of each individual crew, and two, it would bring about a sense of competition between all the tank crews. Both of these outcomes meant more enemy targets being destroyed and their objectives being met. The drawing of these kill rings was quite common throughout the war. The Eastern Front in particular saw many German crews adding these marks to their gun barrels due to the sheer amount of Soviet tanks they faced. For a mark to be recorded, the enemy defeated had to be either another tank or a self-propelled gun. Individual enemy soldiers or small vehicles such as cars weren't counted. The marks did vary though. Some were recorded as a single ring. Some were a wider ring with a number next to it or on top of it. For example, a 10 to denote that number of enemy defeated. There were also simpler versions, where a line next to an image of a tank was recorded. However these were drawn, they all meant the same thing to the crew. But tank crews weren't the only ones using this form of recognition. Anti-tank and anti-aircraft crews also used victory marks. Crews of the famous German 88mm can be seen here with rings on the barrels. This weapon was used widely by the German army, and with its power and accuracy, it destroyed thousands of Allied fighting vehicles and aircraft. Also featuring these marks were anti-tank guns such as the Pak-40, which again were widely used. For the Allies though, this form of recording wasn't as common. Some tank crews did copy this, but for the most part it was Allied fighter and bomber aircraft which set out to record enemy defeats. In modern day, the practice still takes place. You can see this US tank from the Gulf War, indicating 5 enemy tanks destroyed, as well as the type of tanks defeated. Modern day aircraft also still use this, and it still seems to have the same effect of competition between crews. All in all, a very simple reason for those marks, but perhaps not one you realised. Were you aware of what these drawings were? Perhaps you thought they were something else. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always guys, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to expand your knowledge and join the growing Premier History community.